All right. Well, long time no see. Long time. We got a lot of guys that we're going to talk about today on this stream. Long time no see, everyone. We're ready. No countdown. I was expecting to do the countdown. It kind of threw me off a little bit. I thought I was going to do it, but we are back here for a celebration stream. For those who do not know, we hit 1,000 subscribers. We had some weird stuff go. Zach's internet was weird during the actual stream, and like they were like the video wasn't monetized, we like monetized it, like all this stuff. So we don't know what's going on with that stream. We're having some weird difficulties with it. But I thought I'd just pop on here to do a little State of the Orioles celebration stream. Instead, it'll be like, I guess, a mini post-game show. So we'll have a bunch. And Kyle, for this show, we still have a little more for this channel to get to. The next goal for us is watch hours. So we hit the subscriber threshold, but we didn't actually hit the watch hour threshold yet. So we still got a little ways to go. You can, of course, if you want to head over to the Ryan Ripken show to donate, you can. And we just weird, like Zach's internet was weird and like the video wasn't monetized. So I don't know what's going on with that stream. So I thought that I would just hop on to do another one just so we would have something up for people for tonight. So, didn't miss anything special, just 1,000 subs hit, but even so, I mean, it was a great stream that we had, but we're going to have another great one right now. The Orioles beat the Guardians. They get back on track in a way, and we're going to talk a little bit about if they have found any sort of major momentum after their huge win tonight. So, we got a ton, including Zach Eflin. We'll dive more into the new additions, how well they have helped out so far. We'll dive into a little bit of statistical stuff as well. So, just a little Saturday night, Sunday morning stream here. Really appreciate it. Again, this is Kevin and Zach React. We are the post-game show for the Ryan Ripken show. So we do lives after every single Orioles game, we'll do Ravens games as well. We have a lot planned for you and planned in store. So, we will talk a lot about that. And Kyle, 24-hour stream is coming at 2,400 subscribers. So for the Kevin and Zach React channel, 2,400 subs, we'll do a 24-hour stream. And then on the Ryan Ripken show channel for 24,000 subs, we'll do another one there as well. So I'll put the link to the channel in the chat. And then, of course, if you're on the Ryan Ripken show channel, we have that in the description for you. So you can also click on that link. If you're watching this back later, maybe, and figure that out. Zach, actually, he got his internet back after like an hour. And then he was on for 3 minutes. Talking sports, saying Rutschman is back. Hopefully that some from tonight's game sparked him. So we'll figure it out. Rocco will not show his face apparently, but he'll talk to me through Twitter. Hello, Rocco. So if you want to show your face on here, you can and be a part of the celebration. But just thought hitting 1,000, I'd go live again, do another one. Joe, there was some weird stuff going on with the other stream. Zach's internet, as you know, was pretty bad throughout it, and we're having weird difficulties with it. So I wanted to do another stream just to get something up for people to have. So. Okay, Rocco, go live at come on at the wedding. Let's see it. Let's do guest appearances. We can get things going for that. So, okay, Rocco's also unwell. No, I don't care. Hop on. Actually, I do care that you're unwell. Hopefully you feel better. But even if you're unwell, the grind doesn't stop, Rocco. So this is exactly what we plan to do here is go live again a lot. We go live a lot here on Kevin and Zach React. Of course, we also go live Monday and Thursday on the Ryan Ripken show as well. This is even better content. This is even better. Like, come on. Who does not want to see Rocco at a wedding, unwell, in the hotel bed, eating pizza? That is electric content right there, and we're probably not going to be able to see it. So let's talk about the Orioles a little bit here. Again, they win against the Cleveland Guardians. Big win for Baltimore as they're able to get 7-4. Zach Eflin, as we talked about, 6 1/3, 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. Talking about if the Orioles found major momentum, I think they found something in Zach Eflin. We know Zach Eflin is a proven commodity. And the thing that impresses me the most with Zach Eflin is he knows his stuff and he knows how to pitch it to his advantage. where it seemed like tonight he was painting the corners really well. He was identifying what he needed to throw to different hitters. And yeah, it feels like to me what the Orioles got in Zach Eflin is what everybody had wanted all along, right? Everybody had wanted a number 3 starter behind Corbin Burns and Grayson Rodriguez. I almost said Cole Irvin because I got a Talking Sports, how long until Irvin clears waivers. So the situation with Irvin, I don't know if there have been any updates on Cole Irvin. So he got to Norfolk apparently. And then I think Rock ended up reporting that, I'm trying to pull it up quickly. Rock ended up reporting that, where is it? Yeah, Cole Irvin, according to Rock, Cole Irvin no longer appears on the transaction page or Norfolk's roster. So we got the news on August 2nd, so on Friday, later at night, that Cole Irvin was outrighted to AAA Norfolk. So I think that meant that he cleared waivers and everything was good. But now he no longer appears on the transactions page or Norfolk's roster. So I don't necessarily know what that means. He could have, I think, chose free agency, maybe not accepted the assignment to Norfolk. So we're going to see. Yeah. I see Joe saying Irvin did clear waivers. So I think at that point he has the option to accept the option to Norfolk or elect free agency. So we're going to see. And yeah, another stream again. We had weird stuff. Zach had internet issues. And I think since he made the stream, I don't know what the heck going on. It's like not, stuff is going weird with that. So I don't know what's going on with that one, but I did want to put out something so that people could have something to get to, again, watch in the morning here. So we're going to do another mini post-game, mini celebration type deal and kind of recap everything that we had already talked about because it is, oh, no way. Yes. Oh, this is so exciting. Okay, everyone. See, this is the reason why we do this, okay? I obviously wanted to see this. You obviously did too. This is Rocco DeSangro in the flesh, in his hotel bed, eating pizza. Rocco, how are you doing?
What's up, buddy? Not doing great.
Oh.
The vibes are high. We're thriving. We're alive. It's great. And I have a whole Papa John's pizza right now with 5 garlic sauces. So I'm doing very, very well for myself right now.
5 garlic sauces?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Are you going to use all those garlic sauces?
Yes. 1,000%, Kevin.
I don't even use 1 garlic sauce.
Well, you know what, Kevin? You're not doing life right. I'm sorry.
So are you sick? Or are you just like, you partied yourself out? Like, what is this?
I screamed a lot at this wedding. Yeah. Okay. I lost my voice. Don't have to use it on TV anymore, so it is what it is. But
yeah,
here we are. Here we are, man.
Well, were you able to catch any of the game? I assume no.
No, but I checked out highlights. I obviously looked at the box score. Very happy that the Orioles won. Happy for Jackson because I saw both of his hits. And listen, we talked about what he did in the first go around in the bigs and how it was not great for him. The second go around, he has been nothing short of fantastic. So I hope he can continue to build off that momentum and show everyone why he was the number 1 prospect in all of baseball and why the Orioles took him 1-1, top pick in the draft, because he's such a great player, man. He really is. So hopefully he can continue to build off that.
Yeah, the thing that I'm so impressed with Jackson here is he's just seeing the ball so much better. And you and I talked about this after his grand slam against the Blue Jays.
Hold on. Hold on.
Oh, God. You got to mute yourself. Come on. There you go. The thing that impresses me so much about Jackson is, I can read his lips. He says, I'm on a live stream right now. Yep, there. What do we think he's saying? Yeah? Okay, he's still talking. What I think impresses me the most about Jackson is, again, he's seeing the ball so well, and he just looks much more confident at the plate than what we saw when he was first up. And so to me, I feel like this is the Jackson, and Zach says it. This is the Jackson that we were promised, essentially. This is the Jackson that everybody was expecting. And he's only 20. He has a long way to go. But in my opinion, this is a guy that the plate discipline has been a lot better. He's obviously getting the bat on the ball, and it's not weak contact stuff, right? He's had multiple home runs that he could have had. He obviously had the grand slam, but he had the one that maybe didn't hit the line. Like there was that weird thing about that. He almost had one again tonight. Like he's been getting hard contact. He's roping these balls. He's crushing these balls, and the confidence is night and day. And he said this before he came back up, right as he was getting ready. He was saying, well, okay, this is the best league in the world, and I have to prove that I belong. And that's something that we talked about for a while. And just like Jackson, we know that he belongs. He just has to prove it, and he has to kind of get over, okay, well, now he's in the big leagues. And the first time he came up, there was all this fanfare. There were cameras. There were questions nonstop. But now that has kind of subsided, now that he's back up, it's like, I guess, like old news for a lot of people. Whereas it's not for, Orioles fans and everybody, but it's like, oh, the national hype has subsided because Jackson already came up. He struggled. He went back down, and that's that. Now that he can just kind of focus on baseball, it just feels like with that distraction out of the way, we are seeing who Jackson Holliday really is at this. Again, the fact that he's 20 years old still absolutely blows my mind.
Yeah, Kev, and it blows my mind too. And I was guilty of being a part of the media that, was in Jackson's face when he first came up, because everyone wanted to see this kid. Everyone wanted to know like what he was about and who he was. And he carried himself the right way. And it was amazing to see, because at 20 years old, who the hell knows what they're doing at 20 years old, man? Like, honestly, like it's a tough age to be at and be a professional baseball player. And in his first go around, like we said, man, it didn't go the way he would have hoped. But lately he has been unbelievable. He's been, carrying himself the right way. And I think has a huge weight lifted off of his shoulders. And it's not just because of the home run. I think just coming up and being more comfortable. And he's like, okay, I got that out of the way. I got my debut out of the way. I was able to do that. I was able to get my first hit out of the way, my first home run out of the way. And now going forward, he's been just like, he just seems so much more comfortable. And what was the big thing we talked about when he came up again? It was, okay, we want to see Jackson be more patient at the plate and take his time in the box. Because before it didn't seem like he was doing that. It seemed like, okay, this kid is trying to swing for the fences every time. He wasn't being patient in the box. We all saw that. So now, seeing a much more patient Jackson Holliday, he's going to continue to work his way up this lineup. And it wouldn't surprise me. I don't know if it's going to happen this year. It could. If he's a leadoff hitter or a two-hole hitter, or up towards the top of the lineup, because they're easing him in right now, but eventually he's going to be up there with the rest of the guys too.
Yeah, it's again the abundance of young talent this Orioles team has is absolutely incredible. But I also think for the rest of the guys tonight, at least, it just felt like there were so many positives. And for the first two games of this Guardian series, Rocco, there were not. And again, it goes back to Zach Eflin, who threw 6 1/3 of, wasn't perfect ball, but he was that guy that over his first 2 starts has been 2 quality starts. He's been super consistent for them. Now, again, it's a very small sample size in an Orioles uniform. But the thing that I love about the Eflin trade was that that was before the boom of the pitching market. Yeah. So they got him. And look, it's not that they didn't give up anybody for him. Obviously, I think that all 3 of the guys they gave up could become pretty good players. But it is not the Tanner Scott packages. It is not the Trevor Rogers packages. It is not that type of package that we saw Jack Flaherty. Well, Flaherty didn't even go. Compared to everybody else, Flaherty didn't go for as much as like a Tanner Scott, for example. But they got Zach Eflin. If they waited a day longer, 2 days longer to trade for Zach Eflin, might have cost them a lot more.
Kev, I was just thinking the same thing, man. I think the Orioles dodged a bullet by getting that Zach Eflin trade done before the Yusei Kikuchi trade with the Astros. in the Blue Jays because that looked like an overpay to most, and it really like messed up the market or whatever you want to call it with the market. And I'm not sure if the Orioles would have gotten Zach Eflin for what they got him. Now they did have to give up a decent amount to get him. We're not, we're not saying that they didn't have to give up anything because they gave up Horvath, they gave up
Sure.
a pitcher as well. So they gave up some of their top not top prospects, but they gave up a few prospects to go out and get Eflin. But looking at what they gave up for him, and then looking at when the trade deadline came and who you had to give up to get certain guys, like, oh man, the Marlins, talk about them. They got a haul for everybody they gave up. And we said it, man. Like, they could be set up in the future with all the prospects they got. Obviously, they have to pan out, and you see it like that. But I like looking at the prospects they have. I wish we had a list for, okay, how you made a list for the trades that the Orioles made and the players that were going in and out. Kev, make a list of the Marlins prospects and who they now have off the trades they got. I'm telling you what, man, you shake your head at that because they got a haul for every single trade they made, it seems. It's crazy.
Yeah. And that's just what it was at the deadline. Again, we can talk about the Trevor Rogers deal. Like, I think, again, in the grand scheme of things, it was, to me at least, an overpay based off of who they gave up. But that's what you needed to give up to get pitching in that market. Once the Kikuchi trade happened, but just like we talked about, it was, all right, well, now we're playing on a different ball field. Like, now it's a different ball game. So once that Kikuchi trade happened and the Astros gave up what they gave up to get him, all of a sudden the Eflin type deals were out the window. And if you had any level of a controllable starter or even a rental type of guy, that's what it was going to be. So, yeah, man, I mean, Eflin was incredible. And again, he has such good, he hates walks. Only one tonight. I think, what is that, 2 in 2 games for Eflin? And I know some Orioles pitchers do struggle with control. So I think it's good to see and hear a guy in Eflin that just absolutely despises walks. I mean, talk about put that on a t-shirt. When Eflin came over, he was like, yeah, I hate walks. Well, guess what? Everybody else does too. So I think the whole Orioles fan base can relate to that one. But then you get the bullpen coming in. Ciano Perez did 2/3 of an inning, gave up the run. Seranthony Dominguez gave up the 2-run homer to Jose Ramirez. Although I know in this game, the Orioles, again, struggled with some fielding. There was obviously the error by Jackson when I think everybody, when that happened, was like, oh, here we go again. Is this what it's going to be? But again, Eflin got out of that. And that's kind of the stuff that's the stuff you think about with Burns, right? It's like when something goes wrong, he's always there to kind of like calm it down and be like, okay, like that happened. Let's not let it snowball. Eflin kind of brought it all back in. And even when the Guardians had opportunities, and look, they only had 6 hits all game. The Orioles had 15 hits tonight. Now they only mustered, and I say only, mustered 7 runs out of those. But again, while they did have scoring chances they should have capitalized on, the insurance that they got out of guys, particularly in that 8th inning, I mean, that was the difference in this game. If they did not have that 8th inning, they would have lost this game 4-3 on that it would have been 3-4. Yeah, 4-3. My math is right. Why am I doing it?
Kevin?
Yeah.
Get it right.
It was right the first time.
Right.
I figured it out. But yeah, that's what it was. So again, appreciate everybody for tuning in. Rick, there was some weird stuff. Zach's internet was wonky during the first stream, and I don't know what in the world's going on with that. So I don't know what that is, but I wanted to have something for people to have out in the morning. So I'm like, you know what? We thank you. We hit 1,000 subs, Rocco. If you didn't know, I think you do. But I'll quickly pull up the.
Could have never guessed, man.
No, never. You
had no clue. Didn't look at the chat. To me, you guys are still at 750. It is what it is. So
wow. Okay.
Well, here's some more, man. I'm really proud of you guys. You guys killed it. You guys worked your tails off, and it's great to see, man. Channel's growing, and here's to many more. Seriously.
Well, we did give a shout out to you.
Why? Who would do that? Who wants to do that?
Everyone
hates me, Kevin.
Nah, you can't think like that. You were the one that was like, hey, we should really get this going. And Zach and I were like, yeah, let's spearhead this thing, and it's gone from there. So
you guys are killing it, man. Honestly, it's people love tuning in to the post game streams, and it gives people an area to just go to after games and say, "Hey, we want to live here," because that's how it should be. After games, you want to voice your opinions, whether they may be good or bad, and I really think that's what this channel right here is doing. It's giving people the ability to say, "Hey, I'm pissed off. I hate what the Orioles are doing here," or "You know what? Really love what my team did. It's awesome. Love the win. It's great. I'm hype. I want to join this channel." So, shout out to you and Zach for really, taking the torch, man, and running with it and doing what you guys are doing. Because, honestly, I'm at a wedding. Well, post wedding. In my feels right now, but I'm really happy for you guys and what you guys have accomplished because it's great to see. So, like I said, here's the many more, man. Keep it going and keep grinding. It's awesome.
yeah, man, absolutely, and appreciate this aviator. Says Kevin, you're the dude. Everyone gives you crap, and you just grind nonstop. The James Brown of content, well done, and stop giving Rocco credit, please.
Dude, I'm about to take a pizza and just stuff the pizza into this garlic sauce.
All right, can you do that on the stream? Can you? I'll give you the solo layout. All right, go do that.
No, absolutely not.
Oh, come on. I gave you the solo layout. Come on.
I don't want to do it. First of all,
why?
That's fantastic right there. Oh no, it almost spilled. All right, I got one pizza, one slice. We're gonna dip. It's a little Papa John's right now. I'm in Portland, Maine, guys. I'm in Portland, Maine. This is like all I could get in Uber Eats, but it's worth it.
Wow. Yeah.
Do an Orioles win.
Oh, wait. Now I got to take myself off. There we go. Jeez.
Dude, I'm loving this.
Yeah, pizza sponsorship for real. Pizza sponsorship for real. Lucas saying, Rocco, look at this. He only watches for you. You are the driving force.
You're a legend.
And now that he said that, you have to do what he says. Go drink the garlic. Let's go.
Drink the garlic. I don't even know if it's not like no, I can't. The consistency
that's liquidy enough.
All right, we did it.
Oh my god. That's the first time anyone other than me has done something like that on this channel.
Wow. Picture, man. Very good.
Well, we did the spicy pickles on the stream that's in the void now, apparently. So what I'll do is I'll drink some of this pickle juice, the spicy pickle juice. Not a lot. I'm still recovering from the other one, but this is the spicy pickle juice. We finished off all the spicy pickles. Now I am not drinking the whole thing of juice. That would probably send me into
don't be a coward, Kevin.
A very bad place. But
don't be a coward, Kevin. Finish it, Kevin.
Dude, I cannot finish it.
Come on.
Dude, there's no way. Do you know how I took a little sip?
Yeah, that was terrible.
Look at how much is in
here.
I
drank garlic. I drank garlic sauce.
Was the garlic spicy? You don't have a low spice tolerance?
No, I don't have a low spice tolerance. You saw me do the one chip challenge. It was terrible. I hated my life. But you need to do what you need to do for the however many people that are watching right now and the great people we have in the chat. Because if you don't, you're letting them down. You're letting an entire group of people down, Kevin. And I just don't like that.
Nick just gets it, man. Nothing like drinking garlic and pickle juice at almost 1 a.m. to celebrate monetization. There we go.
Yes.
So we hit the 1,000 subs is a big monetization goal. It's not the only goal, though. We actually have to also hit a watch hour goal to get it.
Okay.
So we still have some ways to go in the watch hour department.
Yep.
But on the rate we're going, we're going to hit it decently soon. So to everybody, really appreciate it. If you're watching these streams, we are also going to, like we do on the Ryan Ripken Show channel, put out like clips so we'll clip up stuff from this stream. Hopefully it'll let me clip from the last stream, even though it's like in the void now, apparently, but we'll clip some of those up as well. We had some conversations there, but yeah, we will also have some other conversation is going to get those watch hours up. How many more watch hours do we need? I don't know. Well, first of all,
Kev,
yeah.
I'm surprised I'm not cross-eyed right now, buddy.
So do you want to tell people your journey? Because Maine is not a close place. You got to travel a little bit to get there.
Well, all right, my journey in the last 2 weeks was like, I went to a wedding in Vermont last weekend. Sorry, indigestion hurts, chest hurts right now. I'm hiccuping, doing a lot at the same time. Last weekend, wedding in Vermont. This weekend, wedding in Maine, and it's been crazy. It's been a ride, and the wedding ended at probably like 10:30. There's a little bit of an after party, and people were still out chilling for a little bit. Not too late. Like there wasn't like we didn't go out afterwards. I decided that, I'm going to order a pizza, make an executive decision, come back to the hotel room, got Papa John's, got 5 garlic sauces, got some pizza. And like Papa John's might not be my first choice, but it's electric right now. I feel great. So here we are in bed, in the hotel room, eating pizza, got the garlic sauce, name a better combo. You cannot. And it's a great time, Kev. Having a great time, man.
Wow. Well, and you know what else could you be dreaming about, man? 12:45, talking Orioles, celebrating 1,000 on the channel, man. So we do really appreciate it. By the way, of course, Kevin and Zach React is a part of the Ryan Ripken Media Empire. But we do the Ryan Ripken Show Monday and Thursday live. So be sure to subscribe over on that channel as well for in-studio content. We all get together. Rocco and I are the short kings of the show. Everybody else is like 6 feet and above, 6'3" and above. So we hold it down from what's going on. But now that we have the channel at 1,000, it's a big milestone for us. And it's good. Now apparently Rocco wants me to drink the pickle juice.
Oh yeah, drink the pickle juice. Rick,
that one would be like if we get a certain amount of money in a certain amount of time.
We'll get there.
Okay.
Rick, you're a legend. Miss you, man. You went away for a little bit. Glad you're back. Rick's the man. Aviator, figuring some stuff out, my guy. Just riding out the month of August, having a good time. I'm all right. I'm good. Going to continue to do stuff with the Ryan Ripken Show. And I don't know if I'm going to continue on local TV. Who knows, man? But I have something in the works, so we'll see. But definitely going to continue to do this. I enjoy it a lot. I enjoy you guys. I enjoy our crew we have. And it's really fun. It's great. So hopefully we can continue to build and make this really big. Really big. Because we're just growing over time, but we have a lot of stuff in the works here as well.
Yeah, for sure. And Mike asking, is the React still under the Ripken umbrella? It is. So we're just branching off. So we're not, it's still under the Ripken umbrella, the Ryan Ripken Show umbrella. So essentially, Ryan Ripken, the Ryan Ripken Show is the main stream type deal. And then the goal has always been to branch off of that with a bunch of separate show ideas under that umbrella. So Kevin and Zach React is the first one of those branch offs in the umbrella. So obviously, even though Kevin and Zach React is the name, Rocco hops on, Ryan hops on, Brad hops on. Brad was on with us last night. Ryan was on when Coby Mayo dropped. And now Rocco was on post-wedding. It's just you get a little bit of everything.
I did not expect to be on at all, but here we are. I saw the notification on my phone, Kevin, and I'm like, why the hell is Ryan Ripken going live right now? And then I popped up and I saw you by yourself, and I'm like, gotta hop on, man. No matter how banged up I am
a vet. I am a vet on the single streams. Obviously, with Locked On Ravens, I do have to talk to myself on there. But we do have a lot of great guests. Rocco has actually been the only one from the Ryan Ripken show who has been on Locked On Ravens, and hopefully we'll have him back on soon whenever time permits. But
yeah, man.
we have a lot of fun things going on over on Locked On Ravens too, and the goal is to get everybody from the Ripken show on to Locked On Ravens at some point.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. So yeah. And again, it's a learning process for us too, right? Where Julia, I get it, and we can tell who's in the chats because Cube has his green membership on the Ryan Ripken show with the new idea for Rocco's show, and then I know that you are on this one because you don't have the membership, and now Rick says he's in both, and that is the ultimate support. So Rick, you're the man, 100%.
Hell yeah, Rick, love you, man.
Yeah. So. Another thing too, Rocco, I don't know if you saw it. Did you know how Adley got his triple?
Nope. Listen, Kev, I'm not going to lie to you. I was not able to watch a single inning of the game tonight because the wedding began at like 4:30. Yeah, 4:30. And I was just like, I was dancing, I was sweating. I was trying to drink a ton of waters. Very hard to do up until like 11:30. So it was just like a constant grind. Wasn't a sprint. It was definitely a marathon. We made it to the finish line. And, just trying to replenish the electrolytes and get some pizza in me. Here we are.
Yeah, man.
So enlighten me, Kev. Enlighten me.
I will.
I did see Jackson's 2 hits. I immediately went on, like after everything ended, I went right to the ESPN app and I just needed to check the score. And I saw they won, was very happy. Saw Jackson had a 2-hit game, but didn't actually get to watch. I'm not going to sit here and lie. So, yeah, definitely tell me how Adley got his triple. What happened?
It went, an aviator saying it was beautiful, the Celine Dion in the background as the ball sailed over Noel's head. So, essentially, it was going to be caught if he had played it right. Noel misplayed it. He slipped, went right over his head.
Love it.
And Adley gets in with a triple. And again, like, did anybody need anything more than Adley getting something, regardless of how it happened, man? Like, pinch hit comes in. I mean, he's had these opportunities, but he gets the triple. And look, we can all hope here that this was the start of something. And yeah, Nick saying had the Verdugo flashbacks with that Rushman triple for sure.
He's been chipping away, Kev, and I'm really hoping that he figures it out. I don't think the rest of baseball is going to keep Adley down forever. I know that, but it's only a matter of time until he gets hot again. He does his thing and he gets back on track, because if he gets back on track and is hitting the way he did in the first half, the Orioles are going to continue to be a scary team going forward. The team they're playing right now is, one of the best teams in baseball, if not the best team in baseball. Record-wise, I mean, it speaks for itself. And seeing what they have, they might not be the quote-unquote sexiest team in baseball, but the Guardians are damn good. They really are. And, the Orioles, it's been just ups and downs, man. And the fan base has had to endure it. And I feel for them because it hasn't been fun. It has not been fun towards the end of the first half, in the second half especially. But when this team figures it out, like 100% gets back on track, this is going to be a scary, scary squad going forward. And I really hope they do in due time.
Yeah, and they have options. Again, not every young core works out, but if everything goes right for them, to have these guys all be so young, and I mean, Jackson's 20. Like, again, he has so much more room to grow here.
Crazy.
And you're talking about a guy that is already showing a bunch of improvement. He understands, I think, what happened the first time. He talked about, stuff with his stance and everything, and the adjustments he made getting back down there. But to me, The Orioles still have work to do. They have to figure some stuff out still. They're not a
Yep.
perfect team. And again, like this was a great win. I think they found some level of maybe some momentum, but they still do. Like, who's going to step up in the bullpen, right? How is Gregory Soto going to look? Is Craig Kimbrell, what's his role going to be moving forward? Is Seranthony Dominguez their closer? Is Yennier Cano their closer? What is that going to be a consistent type of deal? Is what's going on going to continue, or are they going to figure some stuff out? But the thing is, they're still tied atop the East because whenever the Yankees win, the Orioles win. Whenever the Orioles lose, the Yankees lose. It's just there is no separation between these two teams. It feels like they know what's going to happen. Feels like they see what the other does, and they're going to be like, all right, we're going to do that today. But again, if either team was playing some semblance of consistent baseball, the other would be down by like 7 games in the East right now. But that hasn't happened. And to me, the Orioles have to gain some level of separation. And Rick's saying they're really good right now, but as long as playing ball down the stretch, not afraid of anybody. And that's what it is. We're just getting to the dance. Ryan has talked about that. We have talked about it. Everybody's talked about it. I'd rather them go through struggles now as opposed to October. I'd rather them, get through their struggles in a AL East race, in a playoff race, and then you get in the playoffs still and you dominate. Because that's what happened with Texas. That's what happened with Arizona last year. And we have brought up that example countless times. So they still have to fix some stuff up, but this is a good enough team. They have enough talent to do really well. But can the talent play consistently, Rocco? I think that's the biggest question.
Consistency, Kevin, is going to be key because there have been like just way too many inconsistencies early in the second half. And like we said earlier, like at the end of the first half, it's been, okay, what team are we going to get on any given night? Are we going to get the team that put up 17 runs on the Yankees and beat the absolute crap out of them in that series in New York and the Bronx? Or are we going to get the team that is going to go through the slumps, the team that got swept by the Cardinals, the team that has been playing down baseball at times, the team where Adley Rutschman has struggled at the plate, Gunnar Henderson has struggled as well, not only at the bat and in the field. Like that's what you have to ask yourself on any given night. When these guys are on, oh man, I mean, it's such a great team to watch. And you have the confidence watching them that this team can win a World Series when they are at the top of their game. But sometimes you just question, you're like, are we going to get the Orioles at the top of their game in this game? Or are we going to get the Orioles where we're ripping our hair out, eyebrow receding hairline, So ripping your hair out like me, watching, enjoying. It's the question you have to ask sometimes, and the question that many do ask. So I really hope that there can be some consistency. This August, a division's not going to be won on August 4th. We know that, and we've said it before. But I'm not taking anything away from the fans that get frustrated with the team this month of the season. They have every right to. When the team's struggling, you can be pissed off. When the team's struggling, you could be like, what the hell is happening? What is this lineup? What is this? What is that? But just know, this team can hopefully turn it on at any given time. Just like you looked at a Texas Rangers team last year that went out and won it all. I know they made some big moves, bigger than the Orioles moves at last deadline, getting a Montgomery, getting a Max Scherzer. But I'll tell you this, man, this team's got the talent at the plate. This team has the talent with an ace leading the way in their starting rotation. We want to see the bullpen turn it on and really step up. But with that being said, I'm not sitting here and saying that this team can't win a World Series, because I feel like I would be doing an injustice to this fan base if I said that. I have confidence in them. I think they can go out and do it. But they have to be the ones, the players that play, that are in the lineup every night to get the job done at the end of the day. It's like, how hungry are you? How bad do you want it?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, again, it comes down to what you do in the playoffs. Again, this is Kevin and Zach React. We are doing a celebration stream after hitting 1,000 subscribers on the channel. So again, just really appreciate everybody who has been a part of the journey so far. Be sure to, again, subscribe on the new channel. It's still a part of the Ryan Ripken Show umbrella. So if you're watching on the Ryan Ripken Show channel, we're going to be moving over full-time to the Kevin and Zach React channel. We'll probably do one more to end the Guardian series coming up now later today. It's almost 1 a.m. today on Sunday, August 4th. But we'll probably do the Guardian series, and then on Tuesday, we'll be making the full transition over to the Kevin and Zach React channel full-time. So here's the link to that, and it's a long link. It's not the usual one, but it still works all the same. So be sure to head over to the channel. Rocco, in this game too, I think a lot of people were wondering about the lineup after it was posted, and everybody freaked out. I know Zach took to Twitter and said, "Oh, well, what's going on? What's going on?" And then he said, "Well, now that I said this, Austin Slater's going to go 2 for 3 with a run scored." And do you want to know what happened, Rocco? Austin Slater went 2 for 3. He went 2 for 3, and you have Eloy Jimenez in his debut going 2 for 3 with an RBI. This was the game of the newcomers, right? This was the game of the newcomers where it was Slater, it was Jimenez, it was Eflin. Dominguez gave up the homer. I thought his stuff was good, but he served up a meatball to Jose Ramirez, and when you serve up a meatball to Jose Ramirez, he's going to hit it out. Like you can't throw that out there. But it was guys stepping up. I know a lot of people said that, well, Colton needs to be in that leadoff spot, and I would agree. I think Colton's earned being in that leadoff spot, but obviously they played the matchups, they figured it out, and it worked, even though a lot of people, and that's the thing, Rocco, it usually feels like when the Orioles have these punt lineups, it feels like their offense just goes nuclear every time.
Yeah, it was you looked at that lineup, and I even called it like the Orioles. I feel like it was one of the most, if not the most, unique lineup of the season, because you saw where guys were at. I think it was Mounty in the 2-hole, Slater leading off. Cowser was down towards the bottom. Was Cowser 6 in the lineup or 7? Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, he was 6, and then you had the guys at the end of the lineup. So, what's up? You good? Oh, you're checking it out right now.
Me?
Oh, yeah. I looked like you were counting.
Oh, yeah, on the lineup. Yeah, he was. I think he might have been 7, actually, because I think Coby was 6.
Yeah, okay. Joey C says Mayo was 6, Colton was 7. Yeah, I don't have the lineup in front of me right now. But looking at it, it was like, damn, like what are they putting out there on the field? And you looked, but it worked, and they got the win. And it was like, okay, like Zach even said it, these are the lineups that you laugh at or you just shake your head at on paper, but then they go out and put up 7 runs and win a game. You're like, okay, what was I questioning? What was I confused about? Slater is not good against right-handed pitchers or left-handed pitchers, this and that, and the analytics come into play. But they got to win, and that's all that matters. So I do like the shakeups because I feel like it keeps everybody on their toes, and that's kind of what you want to see. You want to see a team that is going through, struggles in a second half of a season. You just want to know, okay, like sometimes it's going to happen. You might be batting leadoff one night, you might be batting 6 the other night. Be on your toes, go out, do your job, get the win. Kevin, you look like you're sleeping as usual, but you're not.
Never sleeping. Come on, it's 1 a.m., man. This is dinner time.
Locked on Ravens. I look like I'm putting you asleep when I talk. I get it. Sometimes I might, and I really hope you're not.
Gosh.
But yeah. But the last thing I'll say, Kev, before I get off, because my computer's about to die, I can't even find my charger.
Okay. All right.
Is like I said, man, it's just stick with this team. Like I said, like you're gonna have your frustrations, and I'm never gonna tell a fan base that you can't be pissed off, because Birdland, you have every right to be pissed off when your team underperforms or doesn't perform to the standards that you think they should be performing to. But just know this is not the end all be all right here. If the Orioles lose tonight against the Guardians. The Guardians are still one of the best teams in baseball as well. It's August 4th. This team, I feel like, is really, truly going to figure it out and do some great things going forward. Listen, if they don't, I'm going to look like an idiot. I have before. I've looked like an idiot for 31 years of my life, Kevin. It's not going to bother me. My buddies are saying it right now in the hotel room with me. But
As they should.
There we go, as they should. But I really think this is a team, a squad. You're going to ride it out with the young guys, and they're potentially going to do something special. Whether it's this season, whether it's next season, I feel like something really, really good is coming in the future of the Orioles. It just seems like it's going to be the case with the roster they have.
Yeah, 100%. Again, hopefully they can get it done this season. They certainly have the talent to. But again, if everything goes right for this team, it's going to be a really, really good run for the next handful of years. All right, Rocco, that's all I have for you here today on Locked On Ravens. Really appreciate you tuning in.
You shut your mouth, Kevin. Don't you cross promote here. We're not doing that.
Oh man. All right, dude. I appreciate you hopping on. Go enjoy the rest of your time. You gave us what? You gave us a solid like 30 minutes, man. Like not a short amount of time here. So go drink your garlic sauce. Enjoy the rest of your pizza if there's even any left. And
here we go. Nick notes, Cliff notes, the O's are fine. I did not say that because you don't want to see Ryan Ripken's mentions when he tweets that or puts that out. But you know what? I just laugh sometimes when I read them. It is what it is. So see you guys. Thank you for tuning in, and keep subscribing. Keep showing the show some love. And like we said before, check out Ryan Ripken on his Instagram if you like the short form video. A lot of reels. The audio form, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. Leave us a rating. If you hate me, you can give the show a 1 star. I hope you don't. If you love the show, give us a 5-star. We're not fishing for ratings, but we really do appreciate your feedback and what you guys are saying out there because it helps us get better. And, the chat, there's nothing better. Like, we love you guys. We really do. We're not just saying that. So thank you, as always, for tuning in on 1:04 a.m. You don't have to give us your time, but you do. So thank you again. We appreciate it. And I'll see you guys soon.
All right, Rocco. Peace out. See you later. We'll go back to just me. I'll actually kick you off myself. Look at that. Wow, that felt good. So now it's just me again. I think Zach is probably sleeping. I don't even know what's going on with Zach's internet at this point, honestly. I think he got it back, but who knows? Ryan is doing Ryan things. Brad is doing Brad things. And we're celebrating hitting 1,000 on Kevin and Zach React here on a little impromptu. It was a midnight type deal stream. It doesn't feel like we've been doing this for 47 minutes, but if you're watching on the Ryan Ripken Show channel, again, be sure to hit that subscribe button over on Kevin and Zach React, where, again, that's what we're celebrating here. These live reaction shows will be going live solely on there at the conclusion of the Guardians series. So we'll be going live on Tuesday, just on the Kevin and Zach React channel. Had a great stream. And we're going to keep at it here for, I don't know how long. I mean, this is me. For those who don't know, my sleep schedule, it's anywhere from 4 a.m., 5 a.m. to 10, 11, 12, like around there, since I do make my own hours, and the streams that we usually do are in the afternoons or later at night. So this is light work for me. I know it is late, though, for a lot of people. So if you're just catching up on this in the morning, really appreciate that. You can also, if you're listening or watching on the Ryan Ripken Show channel, you can subscribe by hitting the button, by hitting the link in the description on the Ryan Ripken Show channel. And Kieran, exactly right. Late night Locked On Ryan Ripken. It's exactly, although I am not Ryan Ripken. So that is what it is. And actually, I think if Julie, if you're still in the chat, I think that, your hat idea, we actually, that's a super, we both liked it. Zach and I both liked the, I am not Ryan Ripken hat, because we're not. I'm not as tall as Ryan. So there you go. And Rick, man, appreciate you. You're with me as long as I am. Well, we'll see, man. We'll see. I mean, is there anything, since this is kind of a more laid back, and these all are laid back streams, but is there anything that, you want to talk about from the game? And look at that. Amazing. I love it, because now that it's Kevin and Zach React, we're not going to really be able to do it anymore a ton, because, we're just going to be doing it on the on the React channel. So it's not Ryan, but it'll always live on. It'll always live on, even if we don't do it a lot. But is there anything that you guys want to talk about? If you want to put it in the chat, it can be baseball, football, since I do have Ravens experience and, I cover them 5 days a week, right? Have been doing that. Actually, we're coming up on my 5-year anniversary of me doing Locked On Ravens. I know I've said it before, but it's night and day, the difference in who I was as a reporter then, or what it is. But to me, it feels like what the Ravens have done over these last 5 years, first of all, from where the team is to where they are now, is incredible. But my first dad was crazy, so it is wild. But let's keep. Oh, I see Kieran asking thoughts on Lamar getting named number 2 on top 100. I think he should have been 1 personally, because he was dominant. He won the MVP, but Tyreek was incredible. And I'm not. Oh, look, Joey with the same question. Yeah, I'm not too I'm not too upset about it. Like it is whatever. So in my opinion, like, yes, Lamar probably should have been number 1, because again, like, being the MVP and being as dominant as he was, but Tyreek put up historic numbers for a wide receiver. And so I get it. Like, obviously with like the whole Ravens thing, yes, like I'm going to say Lamar was 1, and no bias either. Like, if Lamar didn't deserve it, I would say it. But I think with just what he was able to do, it is what it is. So, and look, it's as rated by peers. So I think with him being a wideout and everything, that probably is what it was. But I'm not sweating it too hard. Like, I think that for me, Lamar, we know his season was incredible, and nothing's going to take that away. I obviously wish they could have gotten the job done in the Super Bowl, but that is what it is. Rick saying, tell us more about the new guys. Haven't done my homework. So yeah, let's I mean, we can start with the guys who played today. So starting with Zach Guffin, and I'll actually quickly pull up all their stats while we're at it, just so I have more of a reference point for you here. Obviously, we can talk about Eflin and him coming over from Tampa in the deal. Again, I loved the fact that they got him early, because the pitching market just absolutely exploded after that Kikuchi deal. So Eflin, in his time with Tampa before getting moved to the Orioles, had 110 innings pitched. His career high is 177 innings, and that was actually last season in 2023 with Tampa. Before then, he hadn't pitched more than 163, and before then, actually he hadn't pitched more than 128. So it's kind of crazy. He's been a starter. Obviously, the Rays had that weird thing with their rotation and them, having the why can't I remember what it's called? But essentially, they had the guy would go 2 innings, guy would go 3 innings, and whatever that was. But in 110 innings for Tampa this season, he put up where's the ERA? I can't even find it here. He gave up 55 runs on 115 hits, and he was actually a pretty solid pitcher for them. He's not a pitcher that gives up a lot of walks. In 110 innings, only had 13 walks for the Rays this season, and was really good. That was the lowest mark outside of his 2017 year, his second season in the league with the Phillies. But went over to Tampa in 2023 after spending the first 7 years of his career with Philly, and has actually been like an overall really solid pitcher when, it comes to control, command. And I think, again, that to me might be one of the biggest steals of the deadline, just based off of prospect value. Not that, again, the guys they gave up were bad prospects, but the fact that after the Kikuchi deal, the market exploded the way it did. I mean, imagine that Trevor Rogers deal, right? What would that have been if it had happened before Kikuchi? It definitely wouldn't have been Stowers and Norby. Probably would have been Stowers and something else. But his ERA in Tampa was 4.09 in his 110 innings. And again, for like a number 3, you slot him in behind Burns, behind Rodriguez. I like that a lot. He's someone who knows his stuff. And it's been really crazy to kind of see him because we know the Orioles pitchers have struggled with command. Some of them, not all of them, right? But some of them, especially more towards the back end. We know Cade Povich struggled with the walks. Dean can struggle with the walks sometimes as well. Obviously, Trevor Rogers, who they brought in, and that's another thing that we'll get to now here. He struggles with the walks as well. But Eflin, to me, knows his stuff. He paints the corners well, just paints the zone really well. And that, to me, is why I think Eflin was the Orioles' best trade deadline acquisition. Now, on to Trevor Rogers. And again, I'll pull up the stats for where is he? Here he is. I'll pull up the stats for a reference point here. Rogers is a bit of an interesting case. He had a phenomenal rookie season for Miami, still in Florida, though. So still a Florida man, Trevor Rogers was. But in 2021, he was, he was unreal. He made the All-Star game that year, ended up pitching to a 2.64 ERA in 25 games. He had a 7-8 win-loss, although wins are not a pitcher stat, and neither are losses. I don't put a lot of stock into wins, and maybe not as much as other people do, but he was incredible his rookie year in Miami. Again, 2.64 ERA. He had 157 strikeouts and 133 innings. He was one of the most dominant pitchers in the league, finished second in the Rookie of the Year voting that year as well. But then really took a step back the year after, had a 5.47 ERA in 23 games. His command also struggled because during his rookie season, he had 46 walks. So that was the thing on him, where he always has kind of struggled with command and struggled with walks. He had 45 the year after, which actually was an improvement. But in 2023, dealt with a bunch of injuries, or just dealt with injuries in general, and only pitched in 4 games that season. So 18 total innings for Trevor Rogers. And that's not really, there's not a lot you can take away from that. 2024 has come back, and in Miami, he had a 4.53 ERA in 21 games. He has pitched 105 innings so far. Now, here's the interesting part to me. Rogers has not pitched more than 133 innings in the course of his career, and that started that innings threshold was his rookie season. Right now, between the Orioles and between Miami this season, he is already at 109.2. So he's going to at least be very close to that threshold, if not hit that threshold. So it's going to be interesting to see how he ends up performing. But we do know the walks are the issue with Trevor Rogers. I think the stuff can be really good, but he just, the control issues are what kind of moves people away from him in that regard. And of course, we did see that over his first start when he had the 3 walks to the Guardians. So the Guardians are a great team. So then you look at Eloy Jimenez, and Jimenez is a really interesting player. Obviously, he started off with the Cubs. He was a top prospect there. Obviously, the pedigree speaks for itself. Got traded to Chicago in 2017, I believe. That deal was who was the player that he got traded for? It was it's right on the tip of my tongue. I'm gonna look it up. He was traded for Jose Quintana. That's who it was. It was actually Jimenez, Dylan Cease. Both those guys were traded for Jose Quintana. So it went from Chicago to Chicago, but he's been he was a top prospect for them, and he's known for his power. He's known for his ability to hit the ball out of the park. He's not necessarily a high average hitter. That's not what the Orioles brought him in to be. He's a career 270 hitter, so it's not like he's the 220 hitter overall. This year he has a 2.39 average, but he showed a lot in his debut tonight. If he can hit like that again, the Orioles don't need power hitters, right? They have enough power hitters. But in my opinion, it can be what it is. So if he can get on base, that's great. If he can hit homers, that's also great. But I think the Orioles have enough power. They do need guys to get on base more, so the power guys can bring him in. But Jimenez can certainly be that guy for them. Now, his role is going to be as a DH for the most part. He struggles defensively. He's not going to be able to play that role for them. But he's a guy that is going to hit lefties. His splits are good against lefties. As we know, Ryan O'Hearn's splits are not as good against lefties. So you don't want to put O'Hearn in those situations as much as you want to put Jimenez. So now you have a DH platoon almost of O'Hearn against righties and Jimenez against lefties. They wanted the guy who could hit lefties, and that bat and they got him. And they thought that he was the guy. So if he can get that average up to 250, 260, like right below his career average, he can get on base a little more. That I think is a really, really good prospect for them. Now, Gregory Soto, just to go over the bullpen arms real quick that they got. Gregory Soto and Seranthony Dominguez. Soto has struggled with command as well. Obviously was not great in his first appearance last night against the Guardians. His ERA right now for the Orioles is 21.17. So not great. Had, again, it's a third of an inning, 3 hits, 4 runs. But he was dominant for Detroit, both in 2021 and 2022. He's a 2-time All-Star. He was their closer. Had a 30-save season in 2022. Went to Philly in 2023 and couldn't find that success. Started off with Detroit in 2019 and wasn't good his first 2 years. He had a 5.77 ERA his first year, 4.3 ERA his second year, but then brought that down to 3.39 and 3.28 his 2021 and 2022 years, his 2 All-Star years. Went to Philly in 2023. Struggled-ish to the tune of a 4.62 ERA. But again, the walks have always been there. Had a career-high 40 during his All-Star year in 2021, but he had 33 in his rookie season. And just, the walks have been the issue for him. The command has been the issue. He'll be electric some nights, and then he'll just fall off a cliff other nights. So that, to me, is the big issue with him, where he can be a dominant guy. But I think the question for a lot of people is he the guy he was in Detroit during 2021 and 2022, or is he more of the Philly rookie year Gregory Soto? And he obviously, the whole point with him and getting traded was if there was an opportunity, Soto wanted a change of scenery, and they certainly, they found a deal where he can come in and compete. But it is interesting to see how that goes. And Dominguez, on the other hand, He's a player that intrigues me. This stuff is electric. He is an absolutely electric pitcher with his stuff. The walks haven't necessarily been a major issue for him. Like, there are times where he just doesn't have it, right? Where he served up the meatball to Jose Ramirez tonight, and you can't be pitching to guys like that with those types of pitches. Where I think, to me, if I had a choice, I'd either go Dominguez or Cano for closer, just because of what's been happening here. For Baltimore, he has been really good, though. We have seen the stuff. He has that fastball that works for him. He has a couple of off-speed pitches that can be super deceptive. There's a lot to like with Dominguez, and the fact that I think you can kind of slot him in as either your 8th inning guy or your closer, depending on what happens. The Orioles bullpen needed new life, and obviously that doesn't mean just go out there and trade for anybody you can. But yeah, at the end of the day, I think that the Orioles, did they get better at the trade deadline? Yes. Did they make a big move, like the big move? No, they didn't do that. I would have liked to see them do it, but as I kind of said, and Ryan has kind of echoed this with me as well, it feels like that move would go to the offseason. Like, I feel like they do like a Corbin Burns type deal, because that won't cost as much in terms of prospects in an offseason deal versus a trade deadline deal, especially when we see the market kind of move like we have. So unless I'm forgetting somebody, I think that's it. Oh, well, Austin Slater, I guess, too, right? I mean, he was the leadoff guy. So we can talk about him a little bit too. He was a journeyman type guy. He got traded to Cincinnati from San Francisco, and then ended up getting traded from Cincinnati to Baltimore. I think only played in 8 games for Cincinnati, but was with San Francisco. So not necessarily a journeyman type of guy, but he had his best year in 2021 for the Giants. And he's an experienced type player. He's played in 600 career games. So it's not like he is he's a guy that's just coming in, or he's a guy that only plays once out of every 5 days or something. I would expect that to be his role in Baltimore, but I do think they like the matchup potential with him. And look, the Austin Slater era, or Austin here, I think, to me, is really important, is the 5th guy, right? The 5th outfielder, someone who can slot in and play that. I think if they can get something of what's going on with Slater, and again, is he going to go 3 for 4 every game or 2 for 3 every game? No. But if he can give you something, I think it's good to play him in matchup situations. Maybe not as a leadoff guy all the time. I still think Colton has earned that. But yeah, to me, I think it is The Orioles did fine at the deadline. Like, I don't think they won it. I don't think they lost it. We all gave them a B minus. And yeah, that's how it goes. And all right, appreciate you, Joe. I see you're heading out. Appreciate you checking in here again. Yeah, we got a lot of people. Got a lot of people in here, even so. And I know it is late. So if you're catching this in the morning or in the afternoon after, really appreciate that. This is an interesting conversation, though. That Yankees guy, I completely disagree. Wins mean a ton. It shows you're pitching efficiently enough to keep your team in the game in game time situations. Wins don't matter isn't the way to go. I understand that, but I think to me, like, the thing with wins in the major leagues and just in baseball in general is I shouldn't say it means nothing, but if you pitch 8 innings of 1-run ball, right, you give up 2 hits, 1 run, and your offense scores none, you lose. I think that WAR is a more accurate representation, and there's some other advanced metrics that go into that, where you can say that, wins means something, but it does depend on run support. It does depend on a bunch of other factors as well. Like, yes, obviously, for the most part, if you pitch a good game, your offense should do enough to win you the game. But that doesn't usually happen, where even if you give up like 3 runs on 5 hits, if your offense scores 2, you lose. And obviously some of that is where you get the no decisions if the bullpen blows it and this, that, and the other, where it is proficient on you, where you're not punished for the bullpen. And that obviously is the way to go. There's no question about that. But I do think that wins for pitchers, it is a delicate conversation. And I see Rick saying WAR is what clubs look at, because again, if you throw a gem, 8 innings, 2-run ball, 8 innings, 1-run ball, you still don't get credited for that win. And honestly, you lose if that's the case, or there's no decision involved and you don't get credit for it. So I think that WAR is a more indicative stat of all inclusivity of everything that happens, but wins don't mean nothing, right? I should say that wins don't mean nothing. Let me get to the other questions here. Julie saying, how does your brain not explode when all the sports are happening at once? Well, it's my first season covering the Orioles like this. Usually I've been focused on football, and that's what it is. So it's going to be a new experience for me. This is my first season covering the Orioles. Obviously hopped on with Ryan in December and doing the show. But yeah, it's going to be a lot, but it's going to be fun. Like, obviously, I love doing Locked On Ravens. I love doing the Ryan Ripken show. I love doing Locked On NFL, stuff with Bleacher Report, writing for USA Today. Like, I love all of what I do. And part of the reason why I love it so much is the communities that I've been able to help build. Obviously, on Locked On Ravens, we're up over 7,000 subs over there. And that's been incredible to build, both in video form and audio form, is kind of seeing that community grow. Here, the community's been incredible, right? Everybody in the chat right now, everybody watching after the fact, everybody who's tuned in before. But again, like, I have experience I've covered the Denver Nuggets before. I've obviously covered the Ravens for a while, now getting in the Orioles sphere of things. So it's a lot to balance for sure. And my sleep schedule certainly pays for it. But it's a fun ride. It's a fun journey. So it is great. Kieran with the question, do you think Trevor Rogers is any better than Irvin or Suarez? I do. I think that Rogers is better. I don't know. It's not like a needle mover for me unless he gets back to his 2021 form. But I do think the best situation is Irvin on the field. Look, we've talked to him on the show. He's an amazing human, awesome guy, and a very talented baseball player. But it's clear that his time on the team wasn't right for what they needed right now. For Suarez, I think he's better as a long guy in the bullpen. Again, would Rogers have been the guy? Like, here's what I keep going back to. If Luzardo wasn't injured, I think that deal's for Luzardo. I think that they trade Stowers and Norby to the Marlins for Luzardo if he's not injured, which I would have been a lot more on board with. Maybe it would have cost him a little more based off of, the pitching market when Rogers was dealt. But I do think that Rogers can. Here's my pitching rotation. It's Burns, it's Rodriguez, it's Eflin, it's Rogers, and it's Kramer. Those are your 5. Maybe you want to argue or make the point of, is it Kramer 4 and Rogers 5? We'll see. But I do want to give a couple more, I don't know, just a couple more starts before we kind of go all crazy on the thing. And yeah, Joey's saying 2018 Jacob deGrom 10-9 with a 1.70 ERA. I mean, you look at that ERA, you're thinking you should go 18-1. 17-2 with that ERA. So yeah, it is definitely crazy. But again, a great game from the Orioles tonight. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. And again, if you have more questions, please feel free to ask them. This is a celebratory stream here. We just hit 1,000 on Kevin and Zach React, so I thought I'd go live here and figure to just chop it up, chat it up here on Kevin and Zach React and the Ryan Ripken Show. So again, if you're tuning in on the Ryan Ripken Show channel and you are here for the post game, be sure to subscribe on Kevin and Zach React because we are going to go live on there exclusively starting Tuesday. So again, as part of the Ryan Ripken Media Empire, we're just branching off, but be sure to subscribe over there. Shante asking, what are your expectations for Bateman? Apparently Lamar and Bateman had a good connection today in practice. My expectations for him, if we're talking about, hopefully it depends on the offense being balanced or not, right? The Ravens were 30th in pass attempts last year and first in rushing attempts. You want to get that number up to 25th, 20th, right? Get that pass number up because for Bateman, it's been, even when he's healthy, it's been 3 receptions on 4 targets, 2 receptions on 3 targets, right? That is what it is. You have to get more targets to your guys. You're going to have to figure out likely and how he gets involved with Marky Andrews in the offense. Obviously, Zay, there are targets to go around for sure, but I would expect the Ravens to be more balanced in their offense, which means more opportunities for Bateman. So I would probably say anywhere from ideally 50 to 70 catches, 700 to 900 yards, 5-6 touchdowns. That to me, I think is somewhat realistic for me. So again, do I expect Bateman to be this like 1,500 yard receiver? No, that's not what the Ravens offense is. With Mark Andrews, Zay Flowers, I expect Bateman to be 4th this year in receptions. I expect Andrews, Flowers, and likely to have more than him. But that doesn't mean he can't be effective, and it's a big year for Bateman for sure. Rick saying, how does our strength of schedule stack up against the Yankees? Good question, Rick. Let me actually try to see if I can see strength of schedule MLB. If I could spell strength, that would be awesome. So here we go. MLB remaining strength of schedule rank. All right. Actually, Tankathon has this coming up for us. So, all right. I'm going to try to share my screen here. It's going to be a disaster. I can already tell you right now. So I'm going to have to stop sharing it. But we are going to share my screen quickly. And we're going to look at strength of schedule quickly. Share screen. There we go. So, strength of schedule left. I don't know if it says from where these are going to happen here, but all right, so we got Tampa has the best strength of schedule, meaning they have the hardest strength of schedule remaining. So that is Tampa. Scroll down a little bit here. The Orioles have the 22nd best strength of schedule. So can I actually flip this? No, I can't. The Yankees have the 28th. So the Yankees have the 30th easiest schedule moving forward. The Orioles have the 9th, if I'm not mistaken, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Look, quick math. Here we go. Let's go. So yes, the Yankees have the 3rd easiest strength of schedule remaining. You see that these are their hardest opponents left. 3 against Cleveland, 3 against Baltimore, 3 against Kansas City, 4 against Boston, 3 against the Mariners, and 3 against St. Louis. But they also have 3 against the White Sox, 3 against the Rockies, the A's, the Angels, the Nationals, and then 1 more against Toronto. The Orioles have that one today. Now we're 1:30. They have it today against Cleveland, but then they have 3 against the Yankees, 3 against the Dodgers, the Twins. They have 7 more games against the Red Sox. So we're going to be seeing the Red Sox a lot here for the Orioles, and then 3 against the Mets. But then the Orioles also have the White Sox, the Rockies, the Nationals, the Blue Jays, the Tigers. We're going to see a lot of the Tigers here. So 6 games against Detroit, and then 3 against the Giants. Now, Boston. Oh, computer's starting to freak out. Come on, let me see Boston. Oh, it's not going to let me see Boston. Oh, wait. Okay, here we go. 11. Boston has the 11th hardest strength of schedule remaining because they obviously have the 7th. Let me stop sharing this. My computer is freaking out on me here. I probably look so grainy and I'm probably lagging like crazy right now. I can't even stop the screen share. I would love to stop the screen share. Need like the Jeopardy music right now. Hello. I pushed it too far. I wanted to see Boston and it cost me. That is tragic. I'm still live. I know that. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. Now hopefully my computer will begin to become a little normal again. Yep. Okay, we're back. We are so back, as Zach likes to say. So yeah, pretty close, Rick. So that is what it is. And yeah, I see anglers saying Holliday haters. They're entering back into the bushes like the Simpson meme. Again, like Holliday's first stint with the Orioles wasn't great. We know that he struggled. But to me, that was not a worry thing. Like, obviously, it didn't help the team as it stood, but they were still winning with Jackson struggling. And then he went back down, obviously changed some stuff around. And as we've talked about here, he's seeing the ball a lot better. Obviously, he missed one tonight against the Guardians, just barely for a home that he could have had. But yeah, I think, look, this is the Jackson that I think everybody was expecting to see and hoping to see. And that to me is a really big part of everything that they need out of him for the future, because this is not just a this year thing, right? The Orioles are going to have to rely on him this season. Obviously, I think he has taken that starting spot. He's not handing it back. Hopefully, Coby can do the same thing. I think, again, Coby has taken some major league pitches. But yeah, Holliday has been pretty good since coming back. In fact, he's been great since coming back up. So yeah, again, I'll open it up one more time to questions here. Again, we're 1:30 in the morning, doing a celebratory stream to Kevin and Zach React, hitting 1,000 subscribers. So again, one more for good measure. If you're on the Ryan Ripken Show channel or you're watching it back, be sure to subscribe to the Kevin and Zach React channel, because we're going to do all the post-game shows and all the reaction shows over there starting up on Tuesday. So we'll have one more stream on the Ryan Ripken Show channel. Hopefully gets a win, and then we'll move over full time to the other one. So yeah, it's been awesome. It's been great building up this community. All the crazy stuff that will not be changing. Banksy will still be making appearances. We'll have the whole 9 yards coming to you as the Kevin and Zach React channel continues to grow. Obviously, we're going to get memberships going as soon as we can. We got to get the watch hours for that, but 1,000 subs is a big milestone for us, and yeah, the first of many for what we plan to do with this channel. And of course, again, be sure to subscribe to the Ryan Ripken Show channel as well, because we go live Monday and Thursday in studio. So, all right, that's about it for the live. Oh, no, we got one more from Rick before we head out of here. He saved by Rick is saved by the Rick is what we got here. How does the Ravens offensive line look so far? It's pretty decent in terms of, just what we know so far. I think the big questions are going to be, they lost 60% of their line. And while Andrew Voorhees, their rookie, looks good, he's technically a second-year guy. He tore his ACL at the combine last year, didn't play last season, but this is technically his first year. But the big questions at right guard, is Daniel Falele going to be able to play? He's a massive human, but he's gotten beat on a couple of plays, and they're giving him opportunities. Looks like Roger Rosengarten is getting more opportunities with the ones, and he will probably win the starting job as a rookie at right tackle. Linderbaum has missed some time here with some soft tissue stuff in the last couple of days, but they expect him to be fine. Ronnie Stanley, obviously, you got to manage his health out, but I expect some level of a drop-off. Again, Kevin Zeitler is one of the best in the business. Morgan Moses, when healthy, is good as well. John Simpson was a lot better than people thought he was going to be, but I think that it's just going to take time where they have to gel, and continuity is so big on the offensive line for any team. So that, to me, is the really, really big key to that. So, all right. Now that that's answered, we're going to get out of here. Or at least I'm going to get out of here on the celebratory stream. We hit 1,000 here on Kevin and Zach React. It was a great time. I love these late night streams. And again, once we hit 2,400 on the Kevin and Zach React channel, I will be doing a 24-hour stream, and we have a lot planned for that. So be sure to subscribe both on the Ryan Ripken Show channel and on the Kevin and Zach React channel. We'll be right back here tomorrow, I guess now later today, the Orioles wrapping up their set against the Guardians. We'll be back for that, so be sure to stay tuned, and we'll see you right back here soon on both the Ryan Ripken Show and Kevin and Zach React. Peace out, everybody.